Wow, what's this? Ooh, some nice tunes. After school, we went to the garage and saw large amounts of cardboard boxes and tin cans piled up. Oh, it's you guys. What is all this? Ah, it's finally arrived. Before Amane answers, Agaha comes in after us and her eyes sparkle as she looks on. These are the materials for making the main wings. There are still some outside, so could you give me a hand carrying them? Then, with a great deal of effort, we carry the materials. Cool. Agaha goes to check them off against the purchase order. Okay, it's all here. Great. Hahaha, with this, we can finally make the wings. Agaha is extremely enthusiastic. What's this big thing here? It's huge but really light. Wait, she's never seen styrofoam before? What? The length of a single wing is about 8 meters. We need quite a large amount to make the shape. That must be why there are such large amounts of the other materials too. Once they're complete, it will be able to fly, right? Okay, let's start making them right away. Kotori is also keen to start, but it's not like she knows how to make them. How do we make them? Is it something that we can do here? It's made from FRP, fiber reinforced plastic, so I think that we probably don't need any special equipment. The question is whether we have enough space or not. Isn't that right, Amane? Yeah. They were made here last time too. But what is that? FRP stuff? I'm not familiar with that term. It's strengthened plastic. The main wings are built from this material. Strengthened plastic? Even as I say it, it still doesn't make any sense. The broken wings are propped against the wall. They are smooth and hard to the touch. I thought it would be made from aluminum or something. Wouldn't the plastic crack though? Asks Kotori as she looks at the broken pieces. It's okay, as long as they're properly made. It's strange, I thought I did make them properly. Amane goes deep into thought as she too looks at the broken pieces next to Kotori. FRP is really sturdy. It's plastic mixed with fiberglass, which increases the strength and is based on the same idea as reinforced concrete. Reinforced concrete? Well, that's where they put reinforcing iron bars through the concrete. Concrete is strong, but it weakens if it is pulled or bent. The iron bars compensate for this weakness. FRP is the same. Plastic is strong but lacks flexibility and is strengthened by being mixed with fiberglass. I see. I'll just go along with it for now. Same here, buddy. I'm not sure if I understand or not. Same here, buddy. As for the finer details, we'll probably learn those in class sooner or later. That's the kind of school it is.
その FRP っていうのを使うの？
Why is FRP used instead of iron or aluminum? Well, iron's probably too heavy and aluminum's probably too flimsy.
いくつか利点があるんだけど、多分グライダー製作には最も適した素材なんじゃないかな。
There are several advantages, but when it comes to making gliders, it must be the most suitable material.
そうだな。現在グライダーの素材としては FRP がメジャーだ。
That's right. At present, FRP is a common material used to make gliders.
強度はもちろんのこと、プラスチックなので金属で作るよりも軽量化できる。
Of course, metal is strong, but making it from plastic reduces the weight.
加工が簡単でコストも安め。後から補修もできるし、腐食もしない。
It's easy to process, cheap, it can be repaired later and does not corrode. Amane agrees with each point with a nod.
ちなみに FRP は意外と身近なものにも使われてるのよ。
By the way, you might be surprised that FRP is also used in some things that are very familiar. What could those be?
車のバンパーや漁船の船体などがそうだな。
The bumpers of cars and the hull of fishing boats, apparently.
公園のスワンボートとか、あとあれ、ケンタの店先に立ってるカーネルおじさん。
The pedal boats at the park and also the Colonel statue outside that Kentucky shop. That's funny. As she mentions the Colonel, Kotori and I nod in agreement. Oh, I've touched the Colonel statue many times and also had silly photos taken next to it with my friends from the Psycho Racing Club. Wow. Isn't that something else? So that's FRP, huh?
カーネルおじさんと同じ素材でグライダーもできてるのか。
So the glider is made from the same material as the Colonel. So that means the Colonel is a glider. Wow. Kotori murmured, but I wasn't sure if she was happy because she felt the glider was somehow more familiar than she realized, or because her dream was shattered just a little. How exactly do we make them?
そうね、簡単に説明すると、
Oh, yes. To explain it simply,
まず型を作るでしょ、翼の。それに FRP の素材を塗っていくんだけど、
first, you make the shape of the wings, then it's covered with FRP.
まずはこっちの
We begin with this. Aga opens up one of the boxes that had just arrived and pulls out some sort of cloth.
このガラスマットを敷くのね。これがさっき言ったガラス繊維。
We line it with this glass mat. This is the fiberglass we are talking about just now.
その上から樹脂を塗り、またガラスマットを敷いて、また塗ってって繰り返すの。
Then, the resin is spread on top of it. Then another layer of fiberglass is laid out. Then we spread more resin, and repeat that a few times.
あとはそれが固まるのを待って取り外して、
After that, we wait for it to dry, then take it off. This seems like a lot of work. Not gonna lie. And it's complete?
まだよ。表面をピカピカに磨いて塗装すれば完成。
No, not yet. Once the surface has been polished and painted, it's finished. Good lord. That's a lot of work. It's a lot of effort that you gotta put into that. Ooh.
簡単そうね。
That's exactly what I was thinking. You took the words right out of my mouth, Kotori. Jeez. Easy enough.
今説明したのはあくまでかいつまんでだからね。
Well, that's because that's how it is in a nutshell.
実際はもっと手順が多い。
Actually, there are many more steps. So what? It's easy.
これだけ大きなものを作るとなると、普通のやり方じゃ通用しない場面も出てくる。
When making something this big, there are cases where the usual methods don't work.
まあ、一個ずつ進めていきましょう。先輩、設計図見せてもらっていいですか？
Well, let's take it one step at a time. Amane, could you show me the plans? Kotori and I are just like two idiots here, jeez. We're like, well, what do we do here? What's this? What's this? They have to explain everything to us, jeez. As Aga takes a look at the plans, she and Amane start discussing something.
なるほど。ここは分割して後から接合するしかなさそうですね。
I see. It looks like we have no choice but to split it here and then join it later.
しかしそうすると重量の問題が出てくる。あまり重くすると
But if we do that, we'll have problems with the weight. If it's too heavy, the conversation moves on to things that we don't understand. Don't worry, I was lost too.
先輩、主翼作りなんですけど、私に任せてもらえませんか？
Amane, when it comes to making the main wings, do you think you could leave it to me?
うん、構わないぞ。
Sure, I don't mind.
私がやるよりいいだろうからな。
It will be better than me making it, right?
ありがとうございます。
Thank you.
浜根さん、
Thank you, Kotori. Kotori is surprised to hear her name called out all of a sudden. I think it's about time for them to start being more friendly towards each other, but...
何かしら。
yes. What is it?
浜根さんも手伝ってね。
You can help too, Kotori.
もちろん、そのつもりよ。
Of course, that's what I was planning to do. I'll help too.
葵はいいや。手が足りない時だけで。シミュレータの方を優先して。
We only really need you when we need an extra pair of hands. You should make the simulator your priority, but I want to help the cute girls out. God damn it. Kotori gives me an uneasy glance. I'll leave it to you two then.
おお、任された。
Oh, yes. Leave it to us. With that, Aga became the one in charge of making the main wings, and then got to work on making them. Yeah, except me, I'm just sitting there playing video games like a loser. What a dweeb.
じゃあ教えた通りやってみよっか。
Okay, let's do this the way we were taught.
まず発泡スチロールで型を作る。
First,
けどポリエステル樹脂が発泡スチロールを溶かすから先に上からコーティング。
I didn't mean to skip that. However, the polyester resin melts the styrofoam, so before we use that, it needs to be coated. Until just now, Kotori had been taking Aga's impromptu FRP course. She has been seriously taking notes and reads them back as they proceed with the work. Jeez, ooh, that sounds rough. By the way, for now, it's just practice, so they are trying to make something not related to the main wings.
先にガラスマットを敷いて、その上からポリエステル樹脂をローラーでコロコロと。
We begin with laying out the fiberglass, and applying the polyester resin with a roller.
ああ、ダメダメ。もっとしっかり塗り込まないと。
Oh, that's no good! You have to roll it in more firmly.
いや、やってるわよ。
I am.
隅っこの方はハケを使って。樹脂をつけすぎないで。
When you get to the corner, use a brush. Don't apply too much resin.
わかってるわよ。うるさいな。
Oh no, this isn't going well. This isn't going well, everybody. Oh no. She's telling her to shut up. Rub her the wrong way.
気泡が残ってると空洞ができて、そこだけ強度が弱くなっちゃう。
If we leave bubbles, it will create cavities, and that will cause it to become weaker.
そしたらまた折れちゃうんだから。
If that happens, they will break again. Well, Amane looks great at least. As Amane stood beside me, teaching me about piloting, she seemed to have a hurt expression on her face. Are you okay, Amane? Yeah,
けど
I'm fine. Well, she didn't look fine. She looks fine now. This little smile. She answered, still with that hurt look about her. It seems like Amane has a complex about her lack of dexterity. Amane and I were doing pilot training using the simulator.
旋回中、ラダーの操舵量が少なかったり、タイミングが遅いと打ち滑りを起こす。
When turning, if the steering on the rudder is reduced, or the timing is too slow, it can cause it to slip in.
逆にラダーを使いすぎたり、タイミングが早いと外滑りする。
On the other hand, if you use the rudder too much, or the timing is too fast, it can slip out. Slipping in or slipping out are the terms used to refer to diagonal movements of the glider. This is caused when you are trying to turn, but the nose is not pointing in the right direction.
内滑りも外滑りも相対風に対してグライダーの向きがずれるから揚力の低下が発生してしまう。
With slipping in or out, the glider no longer faces in the direction of the relative wind, which causes a reduction in lift. That means that if the glider is moving through the air at a decent speed, Even if there is no wind at all, it is still the same as if it were taking wind from the direction in which it is moving. That is what is known as relative wind. So if the glider is moving diagonally, the wind hits it diagonally too. This means if the glider takes the wind from the front, the functions of that aircraft are maximized. When Amane says that there will be a reduction in lift, it's because it cannot take the wind directly from the front.
旋回中はそうでなくても揚力が低下するから、内滑りや外滑りをするとかなりの高度をロスすることに。
Even without that, lift is reduced when turning anyway, so if it slips in or out, you lose a lot of speed.
失礼します。
Excuse me. Oh, hello, Vice Prez. How you doing? Akari Kumoi, the Vice President of the Student Council, entered the garage.
やあ、副会長。
Hi, Vice Prez.
こんにちは、望月先輩。
Hello, Senior Mochizuki. Also, how's it going, babe? What's up? Our eyes meet, so I lower my head in a bow. Stand up straight, look her dead in the eyes, and kiss her.
こんにちは、水瀬君。
Okay, well, it didn't happen, but it should have. Akari looks around the garage and nods with approval.
ちゃんと活動なさっているようですね。
It looks like you are working hard. Why don't you join us? Come on, sit right down next to me. I'll teach you how to
ま
fly.
るで部活のようだろ。
Yeah, just like real club activities. She says with pride because these are club activities after all.
ところで、何か用かい？
Anyway, do you need something?
少し様子を見に来たんです。あの時は状況が状況だったので。
I just came to see how things are going. Things weren't too great last time. As you can see, we are doing very well.
ええ、見ればわかるわ。
Yes, I can see that. Are you jealous? Do you want to join? There's an open spot. For some reason, I feel that she's a bit of a sharp tongue when talking to me. Well, it's because she likes me, obviously. She's just giving me the... She's just a tsundere. Like, she likes me, it's obvious. It seems like Vice President Akari Kumoi is looking at me like she's assessing me.
確かにお人よしそうな顔してるわね。悪人ではなさそうだけど。
He doesn't really have a trust...
油断ならないわ。
He really does have a trusting face. He doesn't seem like a bad guy, but I better be careful. What is it?
いえ、何でも。
No, it's nothing. Does she have a problem with me? Probably. Akari heads over to the other two working at the back of the garage.
少し見せてもらってもいいかしら。
May I take a look at that?
あかりさん、どうぞどうぞ。
Oh, Akari, go ahead.
こんなもんでどうかしら。
How about this one?
いいんじゃないかな。
Yes, that looks good.
これは FRP ね。何を作っているの？
That's FRP, isn't it? What are you making?
お皿よ。
A dish. Good.
お皿？
A dish, yes, a dish.
練習してるんです。グライダーの翼を作るんですけど、いきなり本番じゃ失敗した時困るんで。
We're practicing. We want to make the wings of a glider, but we can't start doing that straight away because if we mess it up, there'll be problems.
あとはこれが固まるのを待つのよね。そしたら磨いて色を塗って。
Now we have to wait for it to harden, then we polish it. Then then add the color. Kothori mumbled to herself as she checked her notes.
ハバネさん、使い終わったローラーやハケはすぐ洗い流した方がいいわ。
Kothori, once you've finished using the roller and the brush, you should wash them quickly.
樹脂が固まってしまうと使えなくなってしまうから。
The resin will harden and you won't be able to use them anymore.
そうだった。
Oh, really? As she darts away. Kothori hurriedly goes to wash them. That was a close one. She almost ruined some of the equipment that we had just bought. Ugh, what a doofus.
それから硬化剤を混ぜた樹脂は温度が高いほど固まりやすいから、容器はなるべく日陰か涼しい場所に置くといいわ。
Also, the resin mixed with the curing agent dries more easily at high temperatures, so the container should be put in a cool place in the shade. Kotori wiped her wet hands on her skirt and made a note of Akari's advice.
主翼作りは長丁場になるから、そういうことも考えておかないといけないんだね。
It will take a long time to make the main wings, so we have to think about things like that. Aga also looks like she's thinking seriously. After confirming that the other two were doing proper club activities, relieved, she came back over to us.
うまくいっているようですね。
It's going well, isn't it?
ああ、
Yeah. Amane answered proudly. She looked happy to be praised like that.
ところで、実はもう一つ要件があるんです。
Anyway, there was actually one other reason I came here. Well, yes, I'll go on a date with you. Fine, if you've been asking this entire time, I'll finally say yes. I'll go on a date with you, but you're paying for everything. Hmm?
副部長を決めていただけないでしょうか。
Oh, you weren't asking? Well, this is awkward, isn't it? Second in charge. The other two working at the back of the garage stop and turn their attention this way.
ええ、
Yeah.
望月先輩はとても有能な方ですが、お一人では手が回らない場合もあるでしょう。
Senior Mochizuki, you are very talented, but there may be times when you can't do all the work yourself, correct?
そんな時、どなたかいていただいた方がこちらとしても助かります。
At those times, God damn it. At those times, it's extremely helpful to have someone like that around. What? What's that Agaha face? What the hell? Apart from Amane, everyone made a face that seemed to say, "Oh, I see." How was that an "Oh, I see" face? That's like a "What the fuck did I just see" face. It's probably not just Akari, but all the other student council members in the past would have also had troubles with Amane. She's very unique, so sometimes she expresses ideas that differ from the general social norm. There was the issue with the club losing its status the other day, and the fact that she keeps repeating the year is a prime example of her uniqueness. She's trying to say that she would like someone to act as a middleman to keep things running smoothly, like a manager. But what you really mean is that you need someone to act as a mediator, right? From the few days that I've spent with Amane, it seems that she isn't suited to being any sort of mediator. She decides the club's principles and therefore the reason for it to exist, whereas a second in charge is needed to bring everyone together to carry that out.
うん、わかった。決めておくよ。
Okay, I understand. I will choose someone.
助かります。
That would be helpful. I'll do it. Akari seemed relieved as she nodded and then glanced at me.
やはりこの水瀬葵が選ばれてしまうのかしら。
I feel like I've been painted a villain by her. I didn't do anything. Ugh. This is awful. God damn it.
かなこさんの話では人望はあるようだし、行動力にも富んでいる。
Okay, never.
ルックスも悪くは。
You got that damn right. I'm pretty good looking, huh? Not to toot my own horn, but I'm looking like a snack.
何を考えているの私は。
You're thinking the right thoughts. I already know. What were you talking about there? Huh? You were saying something about me and looked like you were glancing over at me.
見てないわ。自意識過剰よ、水瀬くん。
I wasn't looking at you. You're too self-conscious, Aoi. Oh, beautiful tsunderes in action.
私はソアリング部の活動状況を見ていただけです。
I was just looking at the Soaring Club's activities, that's all. Okay, sweet cheeks. So actually, she wasn't just glancing at me, she was staring.
では、私はこれで。
Well, that's all for now. Now that she had finished what she had come to do, Akari left in a hurry. Eek! Did she run into something? On the way out, she tripped over a cardboard box. Tuh.
何よこの段ボール。
Jeez, what's this box doing here? Once more, she went to leave. Oh, she's already around my finger. What was that all about? I don't know.
さあ、葵に気があるんじゃない？
Damn straight she has a thing for me because I'm a stud. Huh?
お
Oh. Why are you all saying that all of a sudden? Because I'm super popular with the ladies. Look at me.
だから副会長は葵くんのことをずっと見てたのか。
The vice president was looking at you the whole time.
やっぱり見てたんだ。
I thought she was looking.
これはあるね。
So there's something going on. Oh, you best believe there's something going on. It just hasn't happened yet. No, there isn't, really. Come on, let's all get back to work. I tried to get them to drop it, then Aga and Kotori returned to their work.
あいつちょっと赤くなってない？
He's blushing a little, isn't he?
だね。あかりさん綺麗だもん。
He is. Akari is pretty though. Can't argue with that. I can hear you. Amane, what are you going to do about that thing the vice president was talking about just now?
どうしようかな。誰かやりたい人はいるかい？
I'm not sure. Is there anyone who wants to do it? The two other girls look at each other for some reason, then look at me. Me?
なんとなく。
That's what it looks like.
なんとなく。
That's what it looks like. You can't decide something like that by saying, that's what it looks like. Let's think about this, Amane.
わかった。
Okay, I will. She said as I try to reach a resolution to the problem that I had brought up. What I mean is that everyone should keep mumbling to themselves to a minimum and concentrate on the task at hand. That sounds exactly like the thing that Akari wanted.
もうくぶちをずらしてる。
Kotori and I are on the same page. We're like one. We're like two peas in a pod.
あれは意外にやる気満々だね。
He's surprisingly motivated, isn't he? I don't appreciate these glares you've been giving me. I am innocent.
葵くんでいいと思うんだけどな。
I think we should choose Aoi. Everyone was muttering to themselves as they got back to work. I'm a villain, I guess. Jeez.
もう帰らなきゃいけないのか。
It's about time for us to leave.
もっと残って作業できればいいのに。そしたら早く完成して早く飛べるのにな。
I would have liked to have done a bit more work, though. The quicker we complete this, the quicker we can fly it. Kotori murmured quietly to herself. The school closes at 6:30 p.m., and if you wish to stay longer, you need to submit a notice of extension of club activities. However, I have my dorm other work to do. Kotori has to help me with dinner, so we have to leave at the usual time.
明日は今日試しに作ったお皿の仕上げをしつつ主翼の片付けに入ろう。
Tomorrow, while continuing with the dish we were trying out today, we can start making the shape for the main wings.
いよいよ本番ってわけね。
We'll soon be starting the real thing.
焦ってまた折れちゃったら困るから慎重に作業を進めましょう。
If we rush it, it will snap again, which will be a big problem. Let's work on it with all due care. Yeah. Today, at lunchtime, things still seemed awkward between them, but after only half a day has passed, they've really opened up to each other.
ところで葵、あかりさんのことどう思ってるの？
Where did this come from? What do I think of her? Well, potential wife, obviously. Huh?
そうだった。部活終わったら問い詰めなきゃって思ってたのよ。
Oh, that's right. I was thinking before that we should cross-examine you about this once club activities had finished. What's this all about? I don't care. You don't need to cross-examine me.
いいから聞かせなさいよ。
In that case, tell us about it.
そうだそうだ。
Yeah, tell us. I actually have no idea what they want me to tell them. I can't believe these two. Okay, let's make a dash back home. All the boarders are waiting with empty stomachs. I ran as I pushed Kotori's wheelchair.
ああ、待ちなさい。
Hey, wait!
なんでごまかすか。
Why are you covering it up? Because we've been dating for the last 10 years now. Shh, keep it a secret. I thought that somehow these two might just get along really well.